Have you ever met someone who reached 100 years old and still wakes up with energy, walks comfortably, remembers old stories clearly, and enjoys life with a smile? Most people would assume there must be some secret medicine behind such a long and healthy life. Some think it's all about good genes, while others believe it comes from expensive supplements or the best doctor's money can buy. But what if I told you that when one 100-year-old man was asked about his secret, his answer was surprisingly simple. He didn't mention any miracle pill or special treatment. Instead, he smiled and said, "I eat the same 3 vegetables every single day." What made this story so fascinating was that even at his age, he continued doing things that many younger people struggle with. He had good energy, strong digestion, and a sharp mind. His regular health checkups often surprised those around him, and many people wondered how such a simple habit could make such a difference. Now, this story isn't really about reaching 100 years old. It's about understanding something that many people over 50 overlook every day. The truth is that some of our daily habits quietly support our health, while others slowly work against it, and food is often one of the biggest factors. Every morning, millions of older adults wake up feeling tired despite getting enough sleep. Their knees feel stiff, their backs ache, digestion becomes slower, and they don't have the same energy they once had. Many simply accept these changes and tell themselves that it's just a normal part of aging. But here's something important to remember. Growing older is natural, yet feeling worse every year isn't always something you have to accept. Many problems that people blame on age are actually connected to habits they've repeated for decades, especially when it comes to what they eat. Think about your own meals for a moment. How often do vegetables appear on your plate? And when they do, are they foods that truly nourish your body, or are they simply there because they've become part of a routine? This is where the story becomes interesting. The 100-year-old man didn't follow trendy diets or spend his time counting calories. His eating habits were simple and consistent. Year after year, he kept making the same healthy choices, and those choices seemed to support his body as he aged. But here's where many people make a mistake. They hear stories like this and immediately start searching for one magical food that will solve all their health problems. Unfortunately, that's not how the body works. Good health is usually built through small decisions repeated consistently over time. Most people focus on what they eat occasionally instead of what they eat regularly. Yet the body responds to patterns. Your heart, digestive system, muscles, joints, and even your brain are affected by the habits you repeat every day. That's why this story matters so much. Those 3 vegetables weren't special because they were rare or expensive. They were special because they became part of a daily routine that quietly supported the body for decades. And the surprising part is that you may already have these vegetables in your kitchen right now. But before we reveal the first one, there's something important to understand. The real secret isn't just the vegetables themselves. It's what they helped his body do every single day. Once you understand that connection, you'll start looking at your meals in a completely different way. The first vegetable may surprise you because it's one of the most overlooked foods in the grocery store. Many people walk past it without a second thought, yet it contains nutrients that become increasingly important as we grow older. And its benefits go far beyond what most people realize. We'll reveal it in just a moment, because understanding why it works is even more important than simply knowing what it is. The first vegetable this 100-year-old man never skipped was spinach. Many people think of spinach as a boring side dish, but as we get older, it becomes much more valuable than most realize. With age, the body doesn't repair itself as quickly as it once did. Muscles recover more slowly, bones become weaker, and energy levels often drop. Spinach contains important nutrients that help support overall strength, circulation, and healthy aging. The best part is that it's easy to add to everyday meals without any complicated recipes. The man often said that spinach worked for him because it was simple and easy to eat regularly. And that's an important lesson. Healthy habits only help when we can stick with them for years, not just a few days. But here's where many people make a mistake. They eat healthy for a short time, expect quick results, and then give up. In reality, good health at 70, 80, or even 100 is usually the result of small habits repeated consistently over a lifetime. That's what made this man's approach so powerful. He wasn't looking for quick fixes. He was focused on consistency. The second vegetable he ate almost every day was broccoli. Most people know broccoli is healthy, but they don't always understand why. As we age, our bodies face more stress, which can show up as lower energy, slower recovery, and digestive problems. Broccoli is rich in fiber and nutrients that support the body's natural functions. This is especially important because digestion often becomes less efficient with age. Many older adults notice that foods they once enjoyed now leave them feeling heavy or uncomfortable. The man paid close attention to how food made him feel. If a meal left him tired or sluggish, he adjusted it. If it gave him energy and made him feel good, he kept it in his routine. It's a simple habit, but one that many people overlook. Our bodies constantly send signals, yet we often ignore them. Another thing he believed in was balance. He didn't eat huge portions or try extreme diets. He understood that moderation is often more effective than doing too much. A small serving eaten regularly can be far more beneficial than drastic changes that only last a few days. The third vegetable was carrots. Many people expected something rare or exotic, but the answer was surprisingly simple. Carrots have been part of healthy diets for generations, and they remain one of the easiest vegetables to include in daily meals. Whether eaten raw, cooked, or added to soups, carrots provide valuable nutrients that support overall health. For this man, carrots represented something bigger than nutrition. They represented simplicity. He believed that many people struggle with healthy eating because they make it too complicated. Instead of chasing the latest diet trends, he focused on basic foods and consistent habits. And while many people search for shortcuts, they often overlook the simple choices that can make a real difference over time. But here's what makes this story even more interesting. These three vegetables were only part of the picture. The man also followed a few daily habits that worked together with his diet and helped support his health for decades. One of those habits is something many people over 50 neglect every single day, and it may be just as important as the foods on their plate. We'll talk about that next. One of the habits the 100-year-old man considered just as important as eating his three vegetables had nothing to do with food. It was simple daily movement. Not intense workouts or hours in a gym, but regular activity that kept his body active and strong. He often said that the body is meant to move, and when people stop moving regularly, they begin losing strength much faster than they realize. Many adults over 50 spend most of their days sitting during meals, while watching television, reading, or talking with family. At first, this may not seem harmful, but over time it can lead to stiffness, weaker muscles, poor balance, and lower energy levels. The man made walking a daily habit. Some days he walked longer, while on other days he only managed a short stroll. What mattered to him was not the distance but the consistency. He believed that a few minutes of movement every day was far better than doing nothing all week, and then trying to exercise intensely once in a while. But here's where many people make a mistake. They think that if they can't do a lot, there's no point in doing anything. They tell themselves they're too old, too tired, or too busy to start. As a result, healthy habits keep getting delayed, while the body slowly adapts to inactivity. The 100-year-old man had a different mindset. He focused on what he could do, not what he couldn't. Even on days when he felt tired, he made sure to move a little, and that simple habit stayed with him throughout his life. Another habit he never ignored was drinking enough water. Many older adults don't realize that the feeling of thirst becomes weaker with age. Because of this, they may become mildly dehydrated without noticing it. Fatigue, headaches, and difficulty concentrating are sometimes blamed on aging when the real issue may be a lack of water. His rule was simple: drink water regularly instead of waiting until you feel thirsty. He didn't follow complicated formulas or count every glass. He simply made hydration a natural part of his daily routine, and over time it became automatic. Perhaps the most important habit of all was maintaining a positive outlook on life. This didn't mean he never faced difficulties. Like everyone else, he experienced loss, disappointment, and hardship. Yet he refused to let negativity take control of his life. When people asked how he stayed mentally sharp, he often spoke about gratitude. He appreciated simple things: a good meal, a conversation with family, a peaceful morning, or a short walk outdoors. These small moments gave meaning to his days and helped him stay connected to life. Many experts believe emotional well-being plays a major role in healthy aging. People who maintain strong relationships, a sense of purpose, and a positive attitude often find it easier to continue healthy habits. They keep moving, keep learning, and keep taking care of themselves. The biggest lesson from his story is that he never waited for a health problem before making healthy choices. Many people promise themselves they'll start eating better or exercising after a warning sign appears. Unfortunately, that someday often comes too late. He believed every healthy choice was like putting money into a savings account. One healthy meal, one walk, or one glass of water may not seem important on its own, but when those choices are repeated day after day and year after year, they can lead to extraordinary results. By the time he reached 100 years old, those small daily habits had become the foundation of his remarkable health. But there is still one important warning everyone over 50 should know. Because even healthy habits can be undone by a few common mistakes that many people make every day without realizing it. We'll talk about that next. As inspiring as the story of this 100-year-old man is, there's an important lesson many people miss. Healthy foods can help, but they cannot fully protect us from unhealthy habits repeated every day. One common mistake after 50 is relying too much on processed foods. These foods are convenient, but they often contain excess sugar, salt, and very little nutrition. The real problem isn't one meal, it's repeating the same pattern for years. Many people eat foods that fill the stomach but don't properly nourish the body. Another mistake is believing that one healthy food can cancel out an unhealthy lifestyle. The 100-year-old man never saw spinach, broccoli, or carrots as magic foods. He viewed them as part of a balanced lifestyle that included regular movement, proper hydration, good sleep, and a positive mindset. That's what truly made the difference. Sleep was another habit he never ignored. As people age, sleep often becomes more difficult, but quality rest remains essential for recovery and overall health. He understood that taking care of the body means giving it enough time to rest and recharge. He also believed in keeping his mind active, whether through reading, learning new skills, or talking with different people. He stayed curious throughout life. He felt that curiosity kept life meaningful and helped him stay mentally engaged. Perhaps his most valuable lesson was avoiding drastic changes. Instead of trying to transform everything overnight, he focused on small habits he could maintain: a healthy meal, a short walk, an extra glass of water, simple actions repeated consistently over time. And that's the real secret behind his long and healthy life. It wasn't spinach, broccoli, or carrots alone. It was consistency. Making good choices day after day until they became a natural part of life. You don't need expensive supplements or a complicated diet to start. Maybe today it's adding more vegetables to your meal, taking a short walk, drinking more water, or getting better sleep. Small actions may seem insignificant today, but over months and years they can make a huge difference. The story of this 100-year-old man reminds us that healthy aging isn't built on dramatic changes. It's built on simple habits practiced consistently. And the best time to start is today. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who wants to stay healthy and active for years to come. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.